Hello everyone and welcome to another What I Think review, and today I'm extremely excited to bring you all this because I was initially told that I couldn't review this until January, but I was given the go-ahead today that I could put the review out for this. So this is the new, or will soon be new because it is coming released in January, Character Options Online Exclusive Regeneration set, which features the 13th Doctor from Power of the Doctor and the new 14th Doctor figure. Now, I got this direct from Al Jawar himself. Thank you very much, Al. So I am really excited to be able to review this. It is an absolutely fantastic looking set. Really love the look of it and everything that's in it. But we're going to start off first of all by having a quick look over the box. So if I was to just close it, obviously on the front here you have the brand new logo with the new diamond version. You also have new logo on the top with Regeneration set. You've got this nice little Regeneration 2 collector's figure set, which is obviously inset into the box. And then if we turn it round on the back of the box, you've just still got the normal logo. There's not a huge amount to see on the box like that, but I quite like it. I like the minimalist look because obviously then when you open it, you've got all the information inside. So you've got information about the 13th Doctor with a picture of Jodie in her mismatched outfit. And then obviously the new 14th Doctor, who, again, it's been confirmed, is the 14th Doctor. He isn't, you know, the 10th Doctor, you know, degenerated or anything like that. He is the 14th Doctor. He just appears the same. Obviously, you know, as the curator said, it's even mentioned in this here about who she might regenerate into familiar faces and change different faces. And then we've got a nice little bit of information about the Power of the Doctor. Obviously, the figures themselves, lovely display in the box. You know, we've got the nice blister pack. We've got all this nice new sort of package design. I hope this is a sort of package design that they're going to be using going ahead in future, because I think it does look nice, the contrast of the blue with the silver and the white. And then obviously you've got the two figures inside, which we're going to get into having a look at. But I really do like this, you know, this sort of packaging. It does stand out, looks really well. I don't think this is possibly something that we would perhaps see in the B&M sets in future, because they are a budget range. They always have been. But I certainly think that we could see this kind of stuff more with an online exclusive, and possibly even with a general range if the BBC decide to put a bit more money into it. It would be lovely to see. But let's get into having a look at the figures in the box. So first up here we have the 13th Doctor figure. Overall, it is generally a 13th Doctor. There's nothing new about the head sculpt and things like that. The hair has a slightly new sort of not design but colour to it. It looks slightly more natural, and I know that some people I've seen said that this set potentially didn't come with any sonic screwdrivers. I can confirm she does have the sonic screwdriver in her hand, as you can see, but obviously this is based on her outfit from Power of the Doctor that the Master ends up wearing as well. So I believe this was mentioned in the Doctor Who magazine, so I'm going to try and get this right. I may get it wrong. The coat is obviously the 13th Doctor's. The shirt is from the 12th Doctor. The tie is from the 10th Doctor. The question mark jumper is obviously from the 7th Doctor. She has the 4th Doctor's scarf. The boots are nondescript, possibly the 11th Doctor or possibly the 13th Doctor's as standard. And the trousers, it's said, are from David Bradley's first Doctor. Now, they don't look like that at all. I would say they are closer to what Peter Capaldi, the 12th Doctor, wore in a couple of his episodes. So that's what I would say they are. But either way, it's an absolutely brilliant figure. And obviously, as well, I've just remembered, and she's got the celery from the 5th Doctor, of course. Can't forget that. Yeah, overall, it's a fantastic figure. There's quite a few sort of new pieces. I would almost be inclined to say it actually looks like it's all completely new, apart from the head sculpt and the hands, because the forearms with the cuffs are brand new. The coat is new because although the scarf on the lower parts is not fixed to the coat, on the upper parts they are fixed. Obviously the torso piece is entirely new as well, with the different shirts, and it looks like, I would say, that the trousers are not from the previous 13th Doctor release, so they are very different. But overall, it's an absolutely fantastic looking figure. It's certainly a very interesting look for the Doctor. Obviously, at this point, I would like to make a mention as well that there are a couple of questions I've already had regarding this figure and customs, namely the Master and also Osgood. I am planning to make the Master. I am not planning to make Osgood, but I would like to mention at this point, because he has helped me out with other custom head sculpts that he's done in the past and other things like that. Scott over at Gallifrey Customs has made some absolutely fantastic 3D printed versions of Osgood's head and the Master's head from Power of the Doctors. I'm going to put the pictures of those up on screen. As you'll be able to see from these pictures, the heads have a peg on them rather than the sort of ball-jointed neck that the 13th Doctor head has here. But Scott has confirmed to me he is doing ball-jointed versions that will specifically go onto this body. I'm definitely going to do the Master. As I said, I'm probably not going to do Osgood, but I may still pick up an Osgood head to put on my existing Osgood custom. But it's definitely one that I think is going to be very, very well done by many other people, you know, a custom Osgood figure. But the Master is definitely going to be one that I want to do on this, because as you may know, I've got my lineup of all the Doctors and all the Masters, so it'd be interesting to sort of stick this one in between the two, as it were. But yeah, overall, it's an absolutely fantastic looking figure. You know, it's got all the decent articulation that you would expect on, you know, the elbows, the biceps, the hands, knees, legs. Yeah, it looks absolutely fantastic. I really, really do like this. I have to say, when I watched the episode, I was not really that interested in the outfit. I thought it didn't really work that well as an outfit, but seeing it like this in figure form, and, you know, seeing, I think, a Master version is definitely going to be an interesting figure to have. But now let's get on to looking at the 14th Doctor figure. So here we have the 14th Doctor figure. It is a wonderful figure, personally. I'm going to come back to a few little points that I want to make on that, because I know it is something which has been thoroughly discussed, but I think it's a very good looking figure. We've got some lovely new detailing, both in terms of its sculpt and its paintwork. You know, the patching, the cross patch tartan pattern on the trousers and the shirt. The waistcoat is all very nice. Obviously, it's got the new shirt front piece with the tie, the buttoned up waistcoat. The coat has got an absolutely lovely sort of texture to it as well, which looks brilliant. And obviously this version also has the bicep swivel, but also the ball jointed shoulders, which is a lovely thing to see. Obviously you've got the more grey Converse and things like that. And whilst I'm not planning on taking this figure apart, I have had a look, and the coat is removable, and there is detailing in terms of sculpt on the back of the waistcoat, which has like the waistcoat tie and things like that. It doesn't have any tartan detailing on the back of the hips or the back of the waistcoat. The back of the waistcoat is unpainted. But the reason I bring this up is I know that some people were wondering if there was potentially going to be a coatless version in future, or if it could be easily done to make a coatless custom version. I do have another one of these on order to specifically try and do a coatless custom version with just sleeves, but I don't believe there are any plans. I'm just speculating based on what I've heard on Multipoint, what I haven't heard. I don't believe there is any plans to do a coatless version, but again, that is purely my own speculation, so it is perfectly possible it could be. I could certainly see how it could be done, and the fact that there is no peg on the back of the waistcoat to hold the coat in place makes me think that perhaps they have at least planned for it. Again, I stress to add, this is my own speculation. I am not saying there will be a coatless version. I am simply saying that, to me, it looks like they have prepared for that eventuality, so that would be very nice to see if they do it. But overall, I think it is a very, very good figure. I really do like the look of it. It really sort of captures how he looked at the end of Power of the Doctor. But obviously, the head sculpt is something that lots of people have been talking about, so I'm going to do a quick close-up on that to give my thoughts on that as well. So, lots of people were questioning that the head sculpt didn't look very good in the promo pictures, and I have to admit, the promo pictures do not show it in its best light, and I really hope that this comes up on camera, because I have to say, I actually think it looks quite good, and I would almost be inclined to say, facially, this may actually be one of the best or better David Tennant sculpts that we've had. Having looked at the affable design renders that have been put up, again, this unfortunately does fall into the slight pitfall that some other sculpts have, in that I think it's the paintwork doesn't show up the full detailing of the sculpt. The only slight criticism that I would have of this is that his forehead does seem slightly higher than it should be, but just generally, I think it looks good. I really don't have any problems with it, and you know, I can understand people's apprehension about how it looks, but it really does look a lot better in hand, I have to say, and I think it is worth, you know, don't rely on what the promo pictures show it as. It really does. It really does look much better in hand, and I've only just noticed now, just watching it like this, they've even got little detailing like on his sideburns. They're slightly starting to grey, which is fantastic to see. The only thing I perhaps would have done in terms of design would maybe have given him a little bit of 5 o'clock shadow as well. But again, as I said, I'm getting another one to make a coatless version, so I might update the head sculpt, and I'm sort of contemplating that I might take a casting of this and make a custom head cast version to go on a normal 10th Doctor, albeit with a re-sculpted hairdo to be more akin to something how the 10th Doctor appeared, just to get a bit of consistency across, you know, my sort of 10th Doctor figures I've got, because I've got the 10th Doctor custom figure, I've got a Meta Crisis custom figure, and obviously I'm going to have this one as well, so it would be nice to get a bit of a consistency going. But yeah, personally, I really do think that the head sculpt is a lot better looking in hand than the promo pictures show it up to be. It really does look the part. I really do think facially they've got him done really well, and you know, it's definitely something which I think a lot of people were put off by in the promo pictures, but it really does look better in hand, and I really just hope that does show up on camera. So, in closing, here we have the figures together side by side. I think this is an absolutely wonderful set. It is absolutely definitely worth getting. You know, not just to have an official 14th Doctor, but, you know, the 13th Doctor is really well done. It's definitely going to be one that's going to be very popular, both to collectors and customizers, and I would thoroughly recommend pre-ordering one of these if you haven't. As I said, they're coming out in January. I do not have a very specific, more specific date for when they're coming out, but I believe the press release said they are due in to the warehouse before Christmas, and they will be shipping after Christmas, or possibly after New Year's. I'm not entirely clear on that, but they will be coming out in January. There were, I think, 8,000 originally produced, and I think the numbers are now down to about 3,000, so quite a few of them have gone already. So be sure to get in there if you do want to get one soon, because I get the feeling that, you know, as the reviews start coming out for these, the advanced reviews, I think more people are going to pick these up to buy, so I would definitely recommend getting one or two sets if you wanted. But yeah, definitely well worth getting. I want to say a big thank you again to Al-Jawar for sending this out to me. It's always a pleasure to review these things in advance, and I certainly hope that, you know, my reviews of these help boost the sales of these figures, because particularly the online exclusives, it's fantastic to see more of them, especially when it means that we get a lot more really brand new stuff rather than old figures with repaints or just minor change parts. You know, we've got a lot of new stuff in this, and for its few small cons, I really do think it's an absolutely fantastic set. But that brings to a close another What I Think review. As always, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Like, favorite, subscribe, share, it really helps me out a lot. And be sure to description below for a link to my Patreon. I'm doing my very first figure animation, and you can get involved. There's exclusive content and rewards for those who do so, and friending my Patreon in any way gets your name at the end of my videos. I salute you all, and I will see you in another video very soon.